Why, hello guys. Welcome to our wellness webinar for the month of May. This month, we're talking all about a really hot topic that we kind of get thrown at us all the time, don't we?
Yeah. And this has morphed into a couple of different things because here in Australia, it is Mother's Day in May. So we've had a lot of things going on this month around mothers. And a big issue that a lot of parents have is making time for themselves, making time to exercise. So we've taken that on board and wanted to present it to you as a webinar this month. So even if you're a mum, if you're a mother of dogs, if you're a mother of cats, if you're whatever, this is for you. If you want to find or make time to exercise, even when you are, in inverted commas, too busy.
Yeah. So topics that we're going to be going through today, we are going to give you guys our 5 tips on how you can make time to work out even when you are too busy.
Now, you notice the words we use there? Make time. We didn't say find time. Why is that?
Well, this is one of my favorite things to talk about.
Literally,
So,
this is one of her favorite things to talk
literally,
about.
every single person on the planet only has 24 hours in a day, right? Guys, even Beyonce has 24 hours in a day. So, if you have some serious superpower where you can find more time, please hit the contact details in the show notes and let us know how you've managed to create that for yourself, because we are here for that if you're able to do
I would
that.
love to find an extra hour or two in the day, even if it's just for Xbox time. I would seriously dig that.
That's it. Guys, you can't find time. So we're going to show you how you can make time to work out.
It's all about making that time for yourself. We're going to talk about time blocking your workouts, and we have a little tool for you to help you do this. And then we have a special bonus right at the end. 14 days to a fitter you, and we'll get to that when we get there.
Well, you've got to wait till the end of the webinar.
Or you can just skip ahead to the last few minutes if you really want to. That's up to you.
All right, so let's dive in today. How do we make time to work out? Guys, we all know that having a healthy and active lifestyle is something that we should aim for, right? We all know that, but it's kind of one of those things that can be easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah, all comes down to time.
Yeah, absolutely. And often, as fitness instructors, personal trainers, people who are just genuinely interested in health, Jared and I...
Genuinely?
Generally, yeah.
Genuinely?
Yeah, that one. We often get asked questions, especially from a lot of new clients, I think, or just people that are interested to get started but have no idea how to. They ask us, like, how do you make time for this? Because I just can't find the time. I don't have the time. I'm too busy. Hear it all the time. And in fact, you've probably used these words before as well.
Yeah, we have.
For sure. I definitely have. But if you've been following us for a while, you'll know that we're pretty solid on making it very clear that quick fixes are never going to be your answer to finding health and finding wellness. You can't find time, like we said before. You have to be able to make it. Now, the good news is that there are a lot of different things that you can actually do to make exercise part of your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be long, boring ass sessions, right? So we're going to give you some tips to show you how to make time to work out and turn it into a really fun way of doing life.
Yeah, lifestyle is the big key here. Lifestyle and routine, because if it's not part of your everyday routine, it's not going to happen. So that's really important. Now, commit to yourself. Commitment is a big thing these days, and we commit a lot of time and energy to family, to friends, to other people, to work. We don't often commit a lot of time to ourselves, and that's a really big key to making this part of your lifestyle. So a good way for you to stay committed is to create a routine, and routine is a word you are going to hear me say constantly because routine is what's going to get you the results. Okay, making the decision every day is not going to get you the results. Just making it part of what you do is where it's really going to take effect. So creating a routine around when you're going to work out and make time to fit it into your day. Again, make time. Don't give yourself the opportunity to make the excuses. So what I want you to think about, if your exercise, if your fitness is part of your daily routine, you don't think about it. You just get up and you do it. If you make it a decision every day, if you decide, okay, will I, won't I guarantee you 80% of the time, you're going to find a reason not to. Okay.
It's sort of like how you just get up and brush your teeth
Yeah.
without thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just part of your routine,
Yeah.
right?
But if you decided, will I do that today? If you actually stop and make it a decision,
Shall
then
I brush my teeth
I don't have
today?
time. I got to race out the door.
Mm.
So you generally won't make those smart choices or choices that benefit you. So treat your workout like it's an appointment that you're going to make with yourself, okay? Let's say, for example, at 6:30 every morning, I am going to do this activity, and you're going to show up for that appointment as if it was your doctor, your dentist, your hairdresser, anything like that. You're going to make sure that you get to that appointment.
Girl, if you're listening to this and you see a hairdresser that's consistently booked out, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you move heaven and earth to get to that appointment. So,
I love the prioritizing here.
well, hello. Priorities. And I want you guys to treat yourself like you're that hairdresser, like you're the most important person in your world. Show up for yourself.
Yeah, and it's important to understand that exercise and fitness is an adaptive process. So once you get used to doing it on a regular basis and it becomes part of your routine, it gets easier. And then you start to notice the benefits of doing it, which makes it just keep going.
Yeah.
And if you do any of our programs, if you've been with us for any length of time, if you're not, hello, hi, Jared and Amanda here. We didn't say that at the beginning. But if you are someone that follows us, an awesome feature is a weekly planner that we have. We have every month 14-day workout guides that just allow you to take the thinking out of the whole process and just get up and do the thing.
Okay, so that kind of leads us into the next tip, which is planning ahead. Now, it might sound really simple, but seriously, if you select the workout that you're going to do ahead of time, literally pop it in a calendar, it can make so much difference between whether you're going to procrastinate on making the decision as to whether you're going to show up for it or you're just going to get it done. Because when it's on your schedule and you're making a note of which workouts you're actually going to do each day, it really truly does become easier to stick to it or just to, actually know without thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. Now, we're not saying again that you have to plan out 2 hours of every single day to slog your ass in the gym. That's not what we're saying. If you can only fit in 5, 10, 15 minutes, great. Put that in your diary. Or better yet, follow along with one of our workout guides from our 14-day planner. We specifically created these 5 to 15-minute workouts for the people who are really, really time poor.
Another good thing is to keep tabs on your progress. So if you have scheduled out your week, let's say you said Monday to Friday. Monday, I do this workout. Tuesday, I do this. Wednesday, I go for a walk. Thursday, I do this. Or you have our workout guide, stick it up on the fridge. Okay, that's a really good thing because we like to tick things off. It makes us feel like we've achieved something and it helps us stay motivated and on track. So if you have your workout guide up on the fridge and you're like, tick, I did that already. Tick, I prepared lunch. Tick, I did this. It makes you feel like you're achieving so much more.
Yeah, rather than feeling frustrated about what you haven't done and or like, if you're getting started and then you have a day where you want to quit or whatever, instead of that being the focus, it allows you to focus on the things that you have achieved. And that's the stuff that keeps you motivated and psyched to keep going.
We operate on progress. We operate on that feeling of, look at what I've done so far. And that's really, really important for us to do that. Good.
Yeah, positive motivation versus negative motivation.
Yeah.
Positive will always win every single time.
Now, you have to make your workouts and your fitness fun. This is something that we forget about so much. We're so focused on going hard, going fast, all of this. If you don't love what you do, you're not going to stick with it for very long. It's going to be a challenge for you every day to even get up and do the thing. But if you love it and you look forward to it and it becomes a want, like I want to do this, I don't feel like I have to do it, but I really like to do it, you're going to do it. You're going to do it every day. It's going to help you stay motivated and you're going to stick to that routine long term. So choosing a routine that you enjoy, that's what's going to do it for you. So if you don't love running, if you don't love hitting the gym, don't do them. Have something that you enjoy doing. Okay, that's really important.
Yeah, I was just going to say that running for sure is not for me. I swear to God, I've tried to do it before so many times. I committed to doing those really cool, like 5, 10K charity fun runs, and I was training for it. But I don't know. I don't know what it is about my body. Legitimately, every time I try and run, I end up with shin splints. I end up with a sore back. I don't like the sound of myself puffing. I find it boring. I tried to do it with a friend. It still wasn't fun. Yet you could give me a 1 hour HIIT training class where I will be more rooted than what I would be in a run, and I'm loving it. So everybody is different. And I think that's something we really like try to stress with people. Hey, like you've got to find something that you're into, because
Yes.
it's going to be something that you will decide to do without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Rather than like, oh, I've got to go for that run.
Yeah, it's important not to do things that you really don't like. It's like going to uni and studying a course that you hate because your parents told you that's the career you need to have. You've got to love it, man. You've really got to love it. And if you're someone who trains with us regularly, or you've done any of our classes, that you know that we really thrive on fun and engaging workouts. We like them to be tough. We like them to be challenging, but we try not to take things too seriously when we do it. If you've ever been in the class with either of us, you know my sense of humor when we teach, and Amanda's very much the same, but that's what makes it fun and enjoyable. You know, the music, the banter, the environment, the fact that you don't have to treat it completely serious to get a result out of it, you know?
But I mean, if group fitness isn't for you, that's cool. If you're a solo trainer, you love going to the gym,
cool
or you love going for a run, great. Doesn't matter what it is. Just find a way that's fun.
Yeah, we want this to be your swipe left of the workouts. Like, what is it, Tinder?
Oh God,
is
really?
it swipe left or is it swipe right?
It's
I've got
right.
no idea.
It's right, I think.
Have you looked this up?
No,
I don't know. I actually, if you know, please let us know. But we want this to be your swipe one of the ways.
I think it's right.
The good one. I'm so out of touch.
Clearly, we didn't meet on Tinder.
So out of touch with this. But that's what we want.
I'm going to go with right. It's a swipe right.
I'm going to go with left because it's not what Amanda said. So we want it to be one of those two things. Swipe right for Amanda, swipe left for me.
Moving on. Let's have a look at our next tip, which is called focusing on the benefits. This will sound really cheesy and lame, but honestly, what we have found with being in the fitness industry for 11 years each is that we have noticed a lot of people decide whether or not they're going to exercise that day just based on how they feel.
No.
So if you're tired after a long day, or you've had a shitty day at work, or maybe something like Married at First Sight is on TV, or whatever it is.
That alone would give me reason to get up and do something else, I think.
Anybody else that's not you, though, that loves something like that, I swear to God, that's a surefire excuse to, I'll do my workout tomorrow.
Yeah, you shouldn't give up exercise to catch up on your stories.
Or if you're feeling tired, or you've had a crappy day, or whatever it is. So I want you to remember that motivation alone will not achieve your fitness goals. Yeah. Okay, so if you think about, let's say you've got New Year's, right? And it's a really common thing to make New Year's resolutions, and it's, I'm going to lose 10 kilos and I'm going to save 10 grand this year and I'm going to travel to this destination, and all the stuff that you put on your New Year's resolution list, of which, by the way, is great. I'm a real goal setter and I am a fan of anybody who has dreams, aspirations, and goals. However, you'll find that you're pumped about it in the beginning. You get started on the losing of the weight and the working out and the diet and all the stuff. And then about 10 days in, not into it anymore. So that's what we mean by motivation won't achieve your fitness goals. You've got to create a habit and a routine. And once that motivation wears off, it's the discipline of doing that habit and the routine that is going to pull you through.
Think about your job. It's the same thing. If I said to you, even if you love your day job, okay, it's the best career you could possibly have, there will always be days where you get up and you're like, oh, I cannot be bothered with this today.
Oh, that's us.
I'm too tired. Shh, they don't need to know.
No, we freaking love our jobs, right? Like, we live it, breathe it every day.
Absolutely, but there are days where you don't want to do it.
Yeah, let me tell you, there's days that you just don't want to do it.
You're too tired to motivate people or to inspire people, whatever it is that you have to do in your job. But
one of the things that I definitely find on those days, and it's relatable to workouts as well, is you've got to think of the long-term benefits as to why you're doing it. So if we're talking about workouts again, it might be that you want to have more energy, or you want to sleep better, or you want to feel comfier
Yeah.
in your clothes, or damn, you want to get those swipe rights.
Left.
It's definitely a right. Well, unless you're not looking for anyone, then it would be a swipe
I
left.
might not be.
Okay.
I could also be right here. I don't know.
Either way, what we're saying is, slogging yourself in a full 1 hour class or a half day gym session isn't what you have to do to get some really effective results. You can find little shorter workouts that really fit your schedule that'll get you some killer results, but you've got to focus on what the long-term goal or the benefits are as to why you're doing it.
Yeah. So our 14-day workout guides, which we'll talk about in a second, if you're not already one of our peeps or our tribe, they're based around 5 to 15-minute workouts because you can stay engaged. It doesn't require a lot of time on your behalf, and it just allows you to get the job done. And that's something that we really, really do focus on here.
I feel like we're on like a TV shopping channel, trying to sell our stuff.
All right, and I'm going to write here,
step.
Don't quit. I wanted to call this Just Do It, but that involves lawsuits and a Nike tick, so we're not going with that. We're going with don't quit. Making the choice. Now, this is, before we say this, I got to preface this by saying this quote is from one of my new favorite obsession TV shows. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you know what it is, please hit us up and give us the TV show. But this is a quote from a very famous guy called Dr. Now. It's not his full name, but it's what he gets called. And it's something that he said. And when he said it on this show, we both looked at each other and went, oh my God, that's such a good quote. And that applies to so many things. But the quote is, making the choice to change is easy. Following through with it is the hard part. And that is so true, because how many of us are guilty of saying, I've made the decision to change my lifestyle. I've made the decision to be healthy. I've made the decision to get fit. Anyone can make the decision. Making the decision is the easy bit. Anyone can say it, but actually doing it, following through with it, that's where life gets harder. And that's where it requires that routine.
Yeah. And it's so easy, isn't it? When we have busy lives like we do now, people commute long distances to go to work. They have families. We have less money, which means we need to work more hours, all that sort of stuff. It's really easy to give ourselves excuses.
Human beings are good at that.
Yeah, like not to do the things that we say that we want to do.
Yeah. How many of us have given ourselves every excuse through even things like anxiety? Like, I'm going to do this. And then at the last minute, nah, I'll do it next time. And you get to a point, you're like, I didn't actually do any of that. I mean, we all have regrets, and often it's from this. We just give ourselves the excuse not to do it because sometimes the easier option is to do nothing. And so we don't want that.
And I think, like, if we go back to what we were saying in the beginning, our theme this month was around mothers and Mother's Day. And, often mothers come last.
Yeah.
Like having a family and doing the housework and cooking all the dinner and going to work and all the rest of it. By the time they get home, like, it's really easy to use the excuse that you've got so much on. I lost track of time. I'm too tired for this.
And not saying you don't feel those things.
Yeah, like we're not saying that you don't feel those things, but it's really easy to use that as an excuse to not exercise.
Yeah.
But I mean, our families and our children, like, it should be the reason.
Yeah, if you have kids, you want to be setting that example for them. That should be the reason to do the stuff, not to not do it.
Yeah, absolutely. They should be the reason that you want to have a healthy lifestyle and that you're not quitting. So I want you to know that if you have had to take a break from exercise, maybe you've been sick or you've been injured or you've been away for work or whatever it is, don't be too hard on yourself, but definitely try now to ease yourself back into the training and recognize that there are setbacks from time to time. I know I went through that last year. If you've been following our journey online a little bit, or you hang out with us, you train with us, you'll know that I had a pretty significant fall last year where I injured my coccyx and my spine. Now, that took me out physically for 6 weeks. I couldn't do literally anything at all, eh?
I still maintain that was a ploy just to get me to do all the work.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't having a really good time with it, but sure. But, after that, it took another 6 months for my body to really be rehabilitated and healed. And even now, it's still not 100%. And what was so challenging for me was understanding when I needed to rest and take time off and being okay with it, because I wasn't okay with it.
Yeah.
But that was what had to be done, right? And being able to understand that, okay, I'm going to have to take it at a rehabilitation level or at a lower level or just work my way back in.
Yep.
This is better than not being able to do anything at all.
Yeah.
And so now I'm so grateful for what my body can do rather than what I can't do. And I think for me, that's a real motivator each day to be able to do exercise as well, because it's actually a gift to be able to use your body, not a chore.
And that's a funny point too, is that some people will choose not to do something like workout, exercise, whatever, because they say, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it at 100% today. No, of course you're not. That's not going to happen every single day. But keeping that consistency and that routine is way more important than making sure you get 100% out of it every single time.
Yeah.
Making sure you show up for it, that's a little bit more important long term.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk schedule. Scheduling your exercise each week is a great way for you guys to stay on target. So what have we got for you?
Well, I have created this really spanky flash 7-day weekly planner. And if you head over to the show notes, you can actually download it, print it out, schedule it, put it on your fridge, put it on the lock screen on your phone, whatever works for you. We wanted to create a really easy thing that you could just download so you can make an appointment with yourself every single week as to what you're going to schedule in for your exercise.
And that could be day one I do, or Monday I do this class of an evening. Tuesday I do early morning run or walk. Wednesday I do one of our classes, for example, on demand or something like that. But having it in there and just knowing before you go to it, this is what I have to do today. It's just part of what you do. It's like a grocery list almost.
Absolutely.
Then we want to talk 14 days to a fitter you. So if you have joined us now from the beginning of the class and you skipped ahead like I, mentioned that you might be able to, good job.
Welcome.
That's a time-saving hack right there. But go back and listen. There's some interesting stuff you probably missed out on. But what are we doing? We're gifting you a 14-day to a fitter you workout guide for free. So this is going to be your go-to for an ultimate set of at-home workouts. This uses our on-demand platform, okay? So you're going to have access to all that for free. So if you're not already one of our members, don't worry. There are no catches. You don't have to pay for anything, but you're going to get access to that for free. So you're going to be able to download the actual workout guide. Then all we need you to do is what?
Well, what we've actually done in there is we've listed the days, we've chosen the workouts for you, and we've just taken all of the thinking out of the whole process. And there's nothing in there that's longer than about 15 minutes.
Yeah, maximum.
So come on, you can't tell me that you don't have 15 minutes in a day where you don't even have to think about what to do. All you literally have to do is press play and just follow along with us.
Yeah, and there are links in the show notes as well on how to access that content. So
Yes.
there's just 2 steps you need to do. Don't need to pay for anything. Go in there and do it. Take advantage of it. See what you enjoy and have fun with it.
Yeah, that's it. Look, at the end of the day, one of our highest values is just helping educate people and helping people have a happier, healthy life. So I hope that these tips today have served you and you've heard some little golden nuggets in here. But most importantly, that this 14-day workout guide is something that you can actually utilize and save and use over and over again. It's our gift to you for listening. So thank you so much.
Yes,
We hope
and
you love it.
Remember, we want to see in the comments, swipe left or swipe right. Which one is it?
Well, I think they're going to swipe right because they're going to love what we've gifted them and they want to fall in love and marry that.
You're assuming that's what it is. You still don't know.
I'm pretty sure of it. I could Google it.
Don't.
I could create a Tinder account and find out.
Go on. Do it. Then there'll be Fit to Last with Jared and Amanda will be doing her own thing.
Maybe I could run fitness sessions on Tinder. I don't know.
That would be. I'm not getting into that. All right. Enjoy, guys. Go and check out the guide. Let us know what you think. And till the next webinar.
Yeah. Thanks so much for following along. And if you've got any comments for us, please drop them below.